Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton. The Man of Steel. Superman.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me.
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun,
Superman. I don't know if that's the words, but we're gonna pretend like they are the words.
dun, 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 dun.
Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. Nerds You Can Bully. Me host Leroy, aka Rao's favorite, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Potato Wedge Antilles.
You've been doing food analogies. That's what you've been doing.
He did.
Just now, McFly.
There you go. Hello.
And we're back with our co-host, aka the Doombot, Brainiac, Natalie, whatever you want to call it. They're back.
Al. That's old school. That's way old school.
Johnny Five.
Johnny Five. Oh, all hail the
your mic is
Doobots.
on. Your mic is on. Okay, so
let me get into character. Sorry.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
No.
They changed it. They did do a running update. This is the character. There we go.
There you go. Okay. Eli scared us for a second. Okay. No more preliminaries. No more horsing around. No more shenanigans.
No tomfoolery.
None of that. You see the thumbnail. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to do a deep dive into this bad boy. So we're going to go into it. I'm going to get as deep into this as possible as we can. So, but before we get into it, we're going to start off with an old goodie, but classic, I guess. So, Eli, give it to me. What is the number one movie of the week?
Some sort of super heroed movie, I believe.
Well, let's take a look.
Is it actually? Is it? I don't know anymore.
Or was it Jurassic Park?
You never know. You never know in this day and age. Is it Minecraft?
You never know. Let's see. Boom. So Superman is up there.
Oh, damn.
At 122 million.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah. Smoke Jurassic World. Park. Whatever you call it. Universe.
The dinosaur movie, yeah.
The dinosaur movie. Yeah, that's it. So here's the thing. Funny thing about it. In 2025, there has not been a $1 billion movie yet. There's not been a single movie coming out of America to crack $1 billion yet. There's only been one movie that's cracked $1 billion, and that's in China. Nasia 2. It's an animated movie.
Oh, okay.
And with $1 billion in China and nowhere else but China. Never left China. So
okay.
That's what you do. Yeah. The closest movie so far is Minecraft, Lilo and Stitch. And I think that's it. And I think everything else is like a distance. So yeah. So that's going on right now. So Superman's doing pretty good. Will it crack $1 billion? I don't know. Nobody, honestly, I don't even think DC is even expecting it to crack $1 billion. I think if it does like 600-700, they'd be like, hey, this is a success. Let's get the show on the road. Let's crank some more out. If $1 billion, they'd be like, throwing money and going to strip clubs like that. But I don't think they think that's going to happen.
If it makes $1 billion, then we're going to have a bunch of shows on Max. The Lori Lamar show.
Nobody knows who that is, Eli. Nobody but me.
We'll be getting that show, and the crypto live
Superman
action
fall in love with a mermaid.
Yeah. We'll have the Booster Gold show, and then everyone will fucking be hating DC in 10 years again.
Exactly. Yeah. The DCU, all this shit. So yeah,
yep.
Let's see. We have a caller. It's like 150 right now. First week. No. 120. That. Oh, you mean Worldwide, I think it's like 200 something like that. Doing pretty decent, but at the gate, you think you want to get there. Grab camera for Lamar edit. I guess I don't know what that means. Okay, thanks for listening. All right, so here's the thing. Like I said, we're going to talk about Superman, but before we talk about Superman, I want to talk about Superman.
The real Superman.
The real Superman, the real deal Superman. Because the thing is, the movie is out. I know everybody want to hear what we got to talk about the movie. Eli didn't see the movie. I talked about the movie. I'm going to take up Eli's slack for what I thought about the movie. I'm going to go in depth as much as I can in the movie. But before we go there, I've noticed some things on Twitter, on social media, on Facebook. People are getting upset about the movie for things that were pulled from the comics. So I think we need to do a deep dive Superman comic book lore deep dive, which I don't think we've ever done on this podcast for Eli.
No.
400 episodes.
I think
Shout out to everybody on
I think it's
episodes.
time we did, because you're the Superman guy.
It's about guy. You know who Lori Lamar is, so you can jump in.
I don't. I told you that's a Lost Boys quote. I don't know who she is. But I'm just saying, you've always
we're gonna
been,
have Eli school the people on this.
You've always been the Superman guy. I'm always the Batman guy. Right. I think, well, other than Superman and Lois,
we've done Batman lore deep dives before, plenty of times.
Yeah, I think Kingdom Come was probably the closest thing we've ever done to like really tackling Superman's character.
And we went balls deep in that shit.
Yeah,
so yeah.
But like as far as a Superman movie, like maybe Justice League or maybe the Snyder Cut. I mean, you don't get to do this.
I don't get to do this. Last time I got to do Blue Beetle, and that was it. You know.
Well, I'm just saying, Superman is your guy. He's your favorite.
Right. I've always tried to do Superman as much as possible.
Yeah.
I never get to like really go there.
So this is your chance. I mean, here we are with a brand new Superman movie. Because last time this happened, what was it, BVS? Like 10 years ago.
Right, yeah, and everybody was bitching and complaining and shit. So
that was not a good time. So here you go.
That was not a good time. So,
you know,
all right.
I'm gonna let you go. Training wheels off.
Okay. So, like I said, let me set the mood.
I did.
No, that I'm gonna set that. Okay, yeah. All right, so we're gonna go here. All right, so like I said, we're gonna do a who is Superman deep dive lore, because I think a lot of you know Superman, but you don't know Superman. So we're just gonna do just a quick Superman 101. I'm not gonna go do super deep, but just give you a quick thing about it, because like I said, we're talking about a character with what 84 years of history or some shit.
Something like that.
It goes deep.
Something like that.
Go get. Yeah. All right, so let's start into the history of Superman. Like I said, Superman was created in 1938. No, not the first version of it, the second version of it, but we're not going to go there. By two Jewish sons of immigrants. So where everybody like Fox News and the rest of you keep talking about, oh, he's an immigrant story, they made him an immigrant story. Back then, way back then. That's when Superman started to be woke. So, yeah. All right, so when Superman was created in 1938, at first they pitched him as a comic strip, because a lot of y'all don't know what that is, a comic strip. That's what they were.
They're printed in something called the newspaper.
A newspaper? A periodical? What the fuck is that? You know, so that's what that was, but they liked the idea so much, DC like, no, we're going to make this a comic book. We're not going to do a comic strip, but when you read Action Comics #1, it read like a comic strip. Like this entire panel, they wanted to be that page and boom, that's it. So when Superman was created, he had 3 powers. All right, Eli, what were those 3 powers?
Was it faster than a speeding bullet?
Faster than a speeding bullet.
Able to jump over buildings in one jump or whatever.
Yes, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound.
And
third one?
Bird to plane? No. Okay.
Nope.
I forget.
You're almost there.
Wait, faster than a speeding bullet.
Good.
More faster than a locomotive. That's what it was.
More powerful than a locomotive.
Powerful. Sorry.
So those were the 3. So let's break that down again. His powers were he was bulletproof, he could jump really high, and he was strong. That's it. All the other crazy shit later on, like flying,
super lips or whatever.
Super kiss you and make you forget, flying around. None of that shit was there. Superman could do none of that stuff. Matter of fact, if Superman had to go out of town for a mission, he took a train. That's what he did. He couldn't fly over there because he couldn't fly. Matter of fact, they even listed it in there, like Siegel and Shooter listed the limit of his powers. He can only leap 1/8 of a mile. They said that in the book. He was bulletproof. However, if you shot him with anything stronger than like a tank shell, you could pierce his skin. So even then, he wasn't even invulnerable. So he had limits, even though he was strong. And back then in the Golden Age, he did not fight like robots and aliens like that. None of that shit was there. All he fought was like land barons, tycoons, draft dodgers, wife beaters, people selling bail bonds on the table, like simple shit. That's all he was doing. Just fighting evil
Costumed
people.
vigilantes dressed in
Costume
white.
That too. Shout out to Alan Moore. But that's the thing. So that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing back then. He wasn't like, and that's why they want to call him a violent socialist back then, because all he fought was like businessmen and corrupt politicians. That's the shit he was doing back then. So Golden Age. That's it right there. Now, moving on to the Silver Age. The Silver Age is where things get interesting, because now that's when you got Superman, all those crazy ass powers we're talking about, like flying, heat vision, X-ray vision. All that shit came around then. Matter of fact, Superman pretty much had any power he wanted to have. Matter of fact, he was so overpowered. Remember this? He sneezed away a galaxy.
I don't remember, but well, he flew around the world and made time travel backwards or whatever.
He could do anything he wanted to do. Like he was, so back then, like I said, he had limits on his powers. In the Silver Age, there were no limits. If you didn't have kryptonite, red solar energy, magic, you could not harm him at all. A lot of people didn't like that, so I thought it was boring, but that's what the Silver Age was. And and he can invent powers on the fly. He could shoot little midget Supermen out of his hand if he wanted to.
Okay.
And even if he couldn't invent the powers, he was so smart and scientific, he could build a machine to make the power. He turned, wrong. Here we go. He turned Lois Lane into a black woman.
I've heard about that.
Yes. Because she wanted to go to the hood to write a story. So he built a machine to make her a black woman. And then when she asked him, would you still marry me as a black woman? He turned it back. So yeah, that's the Silver Age.
So obviously,
I wish I was making this shit up.
Before the Rolling Stones made an album.
This is before that, right? I wish I was making some of this shit
up. This is before the song "Brown Sugar" came out.
Right. So not only that, we're going to talk about the Silver Age. So when we talk about the Silver Age, we got to talk about, that's when all the crazy happened. Supergirl showed up. Crypto showed up. Bizarro, he got all those crazy villains like Brainiac, Bizarro,
Mr. Mixoplick or whatever.
Mr. Mixioplicnic. Matter of fact, Krypton and Kryptonite. Kryptonite wasn't in the Golden Age. There was no Kryptonite back then. So Kryptonite was invented in the Silver Age, and Krypton was actually named. So they started fleshing out Krypton and Jor-El's all like that. None of that was fleshed out in the Golden Age. So all that basically the Silver Age, where all that sci-fi shit came in. Because it's the Silver Age. That's what was popular back then. So Super Dog, Super Cat, Super Horse, all that shit like that. Boom, that's it. Let's move on past that. Now things get interesting. That's the Silver Age. Now we're going to go to the Bronze Age. Bronze Age, when we get Crisis on Infinite Earth. This is where things get interesting. Because 50 years after Superman was invented, they dropped Crisis on Infinite Earth, a 12-issue where DC completely rebooted their universe. Started from scratch. Boom, that's it. Matter of fact, during that issue, Supergirl died. And when she died, she was gone from the comics for like 20 years. Like there was like versions of her, but the Kara Zor-El, gone. That was it like that. So basically anything after Crisis on Infinite Earth, which came out in 1986.
Didn't the Flash die? Flash died too? Didn't he like sacrifice himself?
Flash died also. Yeah, Flash and like Supergirl died one issue, Flash died the very next issue. So yeah. And that was Barry Allen, and he was gone for like 20 years. Like out of there. Like they said, when they killed people, they died. That was it. So yeah. So basically in DC continuity lore, this for everybody to know, anything after 1986, we refer to it as post-crisis. Before that, pre-crisis, after that, post-crisis. So now you have a post-crisis Superman.
That's like your ABY, BBY from Star Wars.
Oh shit! No, we're not doing it. We been there. We went there. All right. So, like I said, so now you have post-crisis Superman who was completely rebooted from scratch. So all the other stuff. So Super Dog, Super Horse, Super People, Bizarro World, all that crazy shit. Supergirl, all that shit was actually gone. Superboy, gone. That shit no longer existed anymore. Superman was from the ground up built. Matter of fact, Krypton, he didn't even know about Krypton until he was like well in his Superman years. So he grew up thinking he was a mutant, like X-Men. He didn't know.
Metahuman.
He didn't know where his powers came from. Yeah. And matter of fact, they changed up how Krypton react also. So let me no. Oh, he used to get, and he started getting his ass beat also. So that's what people need to understand. So like in the Silver Age, he could not be hurt, nothing could touch him, nothing could be harmed. But in the in the post-crisis era, his powers were toned down. Where if a dude was strong enough to whoop his ass, they could whoop his ass, and that's where you got Doomsday.
Oh, I was about to say
that
Calabash
never would have happened.
fucking...
That never would have happened in the Silver Age because they wouldn't be able to hurt him. But in this, he was able to beat his ass. So that's what's going on with that one. Also, you got let's talk about Krypton. Jor-El. Now, this is a controversial thing in there because they changed Krypton's origin to make them more scientific, more callous, more unemotional. So in that version, Jor-El sent Superman, a Kal-El, to Earth to conquer the planet. That's what he did. So everybody's getting upset about that in the movie, that storyline thing. That's from Man of Steel, #1, post-crisis version. That's in the storyline. That's in the comics. And matter of fact, that's why Superman post-crisis wanted nothing to do with Krypton, because anytime he saw a Kryptonian, they want to take over the planet. He was like, I'm not fucking with y'all. Y'all crazy. So he denounced them. So now, that being said, also we got to talk about Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor in the pre-crisis was a mad scientist. Post-crisis, he was Donald Trump. Yeah. That's not me being political or reading into it. They said it back then. So they basically flat out said they based him on Donald Trump. So yeah, he was just business tycoon, whatever you want to call like that, but still hated Superman. So that's all this thing right there. That's all we got on that. Now we can talk to the New 52.
We're going more recent times.
More recent times. See, I know you know about the New 52. So the New 52,
over 10 years old now too.
Yeah, but it's over 10 years old. So now the New 52, they rebooted Superman again and the whole universe again. So now what you have here is an edgier Superman, a meaner Superman, a younger Superman, a less inexperienced Superman. The trunks are gone also.
Yeah.
So that's the thing like that. So this Superman doesn't talk as much, not as jokey, not as connected with humanity as he was before, because some weird mixy bullshit happened. Now he's just the strong guy, just sits in the back and don't say shit. Matter of fact, he's so detached from reality. From humanity, he actually gave up being Clark Kent for a while. Like he was just Superman, just 24/7. The only reason he went back to Clark Kent because Batman had to talk him back into it. Because Batman realized that if he didn't have a tether to humanity, I'm gonna have to kill this guy, like sooner or later. So yeah. Also doing the New 52 is when we got Superman and Wonder Woman hooking up.
That then?
Yeah.
That actually happened in the Dark Knight Returns 2 or whatever.
Well, that's the thing. Every alternate universe Superman story, Wonder Woman and Superman will always hook up. Like that, Injustice, blah, blah, blah. It always happens. But that was the first time it ever happened in continuity.
In canon or whatever. In the main canon,
right. That's the first time it ever happened in canon when they hooked up. They got their own book and all stuff like that. Matter of fact, Superman completely forgot about Lois Lane. Like she was there, but he didn't care because after this, why would you go back to Lois Lane? So yeah. But the thing is, the New 52, everybody hated the New 52. And honestly, I don't want to go there, but the Man of Steel, Zack Snyder run, they kind of based Man of Steel off the New 52 version. That's the thing about that. So, but the thing is, everybody kind of really hated the New 52 version. They thought it wasn't Superman. They went too far with it. So eventually they started just doing stupid shit to Superman in the New 52. Lois Lane exposed his identity because she hated his ass. He got depowered again. They killed him off.
Again.
And Mr. Mxyzptlk erased him from continuity. So the Superman Wonder Woman shit in continuity never happened. There you go. And brought back the post-crisis version. So, and the post-crisis version, like all the shit that they took away from the Silver Age, actually brought it back. Crypto, Supergirl, blah, 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 all this stuff like that. All of it's back. So yeah. And now we're at the absolute universe where Darkseid is, and I'll let Eli deal with that shit some of the time. Maybe later on in the show. But that's where we are now. So hopefully I didn't fly through everything too fast. You caught up with Superman, you know everything that's going on with Superman, and now we can move forward and talk about the movie. So yeah. Now let's go to the next part of the podcast. I know I'm talking a lot, but now we can actually talk about the movie. Like I said, I saw a movie.
You did see a movie.
I saw Superman. Yeah. Saw Superman.
And it's called Superman.
Just Superman, not Superman.
Not Man of Steel, not Batman via Superman. Dawn of
I'm being
Justice.
him. Dawn.
It's just straight up
Holy,
Superman.
just Superman. So basically, what reason James Gunn did it because he said, "I'm making the Superman movie, not a Superman. I'm making the Superman movie." So what do I think about this movie? I took some notes, Eli, but I'm just gonna top of head. I'm gonna freestyle this shit. Okay, off the top of this movie, this is one of the most comic book movies of all time I've ever seen. They throw a lot of, like I said, all that shit I just threw in there. There's James Gunn digs into all that: Silver Age, Bronze Age, Golden Age, Post Crisis, New 52. He digs into everything, and you can see it. And he doesn't. And the thing is, he doesn't like ease you into this shit. Like this basically starts off like an issue of Action Comics. You hit the ground running, and they basically tell you, "Okay, keep up.
Just
Don't worry about it.
raw
Just keep up.
dogging it, no Vaseline.
Yeah, you just go. You just go and just figure this shit as you go along." I'm like, I don't know if that's too much for people, but that's a bold thing. So, like I said, when Superman get his ass whooped and flies to the Fortress House and shit like that, that's actually the opening scene of the movie.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I saw
I thought
there's like a Star Wars crawl or whatever. There's like words and shit at the beginning to catch you up,
Yeah.
But
they really don't catch you up. They just say like Superman was here 3 years ago and he's here now.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go.
But like, I mean, to James Gunn credit, he's trusting the audience that they, that we know what we're getting into. You know what I mean? We don't need
it's Superman.
Yeah, it's Superman.
It's Superman.
We don't need to we don't need to see his origin story. We don't need to see Krypton blowing up. We don't need to see the baby lift the car and
Right.
Pa Kent drop dead and all. We don't it's like it's like like Batman. The Batman didn't show the parents getting killed. We don't need to see like in Spider-Man Homecoming. We didn't need to see Uncle Ben die or Speeder get
right. And
Speeder.
And that's what James Gunn is saying. Like he said,
Peter get bit by the spider.
Right.
Yeah, like we know
that's
this
what
shit.
they're saying. Like you don't need to see that again. Like you don't need to see Superman's origin, Batman's origin, Spider-Man origin. We've seen it so many times that you get it.
Yeah,
like nobody's walking this movie. I mean, and here's the thing: is like the last Superman movie was 12 years ago.
You're not counting the Snyderverse, yo.
No. Not counting
Snyder
Snyderverse.
Cut?
Just Man
The
of Steel.
Snyder Cut,
just Man of Steel. I'm not counting it. Just Man of Steel. 12 years ago. So here's the thing about it, Eli. You are going to get some kids walking into it that are seeing Superman for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing reports about that. Like I'm hearing some kids that like when Clark Kent was walking around, they didn't know who that was. They were like, "Why are you showing this guy?" Like, and it didn't connect that Superman and Clark Kent was the same guy. So for a lot of kids that have watched this movie for the first time, so you got that. I know a lot of people are worried about there's a whole lot of characters in it. You got the Daily Planet characters, you got the Justice whatever characters, you got Lex Luthor. Is it too many characters? I don't think so. I think they balance it out. I think this is a Superman movie. It's a Superman focused movie. Those characters are there for the most part. They're in the background. They're supporting characters, but it's mainly a Superman movie. They're just there to help Superman, but it is a Superman movie. I think so. There's a lot of plot points going on. They do throw a lot of plot at you because the beginning, like I said, when the movie starts off, Superman was already coming from another adventure. Like he just stopped the war in not Afghanistan,
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to figure that out, and he's already getting his ass whooped by some juggernaut Cyclops looking dude. Like it's already started. So they're just throwing you into that, and it's a lot of, and it goes deeper into that where you got Lex Luthor doing these backdoor business deals, and also trying to kill Superman, and also building a pocket universe, and also there's a lot of shit going on. Now I don't think I was able to handle it, but I'm like, this is a lot of plot for this movie. Like James Gunn got a lot to say about what's going on in this movie. But I think he was able to handle it. I never got lost in the movie. It was a lot, but I never felt like I was not understanding what was going on. Even though there was a lot going on, I was able to keep up. Can other people keep up with what's going on like that? I don't know. Because the Justice Gang, when they show, I don't even know if they even explained them. Like, I think they said Greg Gardner's the Green Lantern, and I think they said Mr. Terrific. I don't even think they explained him at all. Hawk Girl, I don't know which Hawk Girl this is. I don't know if it's the alien Thanagarian cop. Is it the reincarnated Egyptian priestess? She's a weird character. I'm just letting you know that now. That's why I don't know. But at the end of the day, it don't matter because she kind of just shows up and that's it. So, yeah. What else we got? Let me answer some of these questions.
Oh, Jake's in the house.
Jake is in the house. I heard that a lot of people were mad that Superman spent the majority of the film getting his ass kicked. Okay, here's the thing. There's a reason when you watch the movie, you understand why he got his ass kicked. I'm gonna spoil it for you, right now. Yes,
Because
Mr.
he's
Ripley
a
was
pussy. Well, whoa,
yes, that's
bitch.
right. Well, obviously, it's a Lex Luthor's plot. So Lex Luthor created a clone of Superman. So the reason Superman was getting his ass whooped because he was getting his ass whooped by Superman, evil Superman.
Ah.
So that would make sense. He is, and of course they added more powers in that. Yellow sun. So if he goes like the pocket dimension, there's no sun there, so he can't get power there. Other shit like that. Like every time he got his ass whooped, it was justified. But understand this: Superman beat some ass in this movie too. So don't think it was just him just getting his ass kicked left and right. Nah, he gives some hands out too. So Lex Luthor's goons, Ultraman, all this shit like that. When he figured out what's going on, so like that it was all interesting. So it's not just Superman getting his ass kicked for 90 minutes. That's what the internet wants you to think. It's not that. Now, like I said, he goes through it. he does get his ass whooped every day there, but once he figure out what's going on, he gets his revenge back. And that's the point. That's what you want in a character. Do you want a character that can't be damaged, hurt, harmed in any way whatsoever? That'd be kind of boring.
Yeah, that sounds
like
interesting.
You want your character to have conflict,
to have some flaws, some vulnerability, because what's the point? Like my favorite Superman movie is Superman 2, when non-Zod inertia came down and was whooping Superman's ass.
Right. The only difference is that you can visibly see Superman. And honestly, I thought that was an issue in Man of Steel. I was like, maybe Superman should have some battle damage, because it does feel like him and Zod is just ping-ponging each other off the buildings and shit like that. Is like, are they really hurting each other? Can you really tell? You know? But in this one, you can tell, because like I said, Superman's getting his ass whooped. People are complaining about like the heat vision made his eyes red and shit like that, and that's why. No, that's not what happened. The reason his eyes red in the commercial is because Ultraman heat visioned his eyes. That's why he was fucking him up. So it wasn't because he was hurting his own self. No, it's not that. No, this is still Superman. He's still the most powerful dude in this universe. They just toned him down. That's all. So no, never did I feel like, oh, we got a pussy ass Superman.
Yeah, it's not like he didn't die twice in a movie.
Right.
in a movie.
In the all powerful version that they made, right.
Yeah, like BVS kills him twice in the movie.
He's all powerful in that one. That one he got his ass whooping there. Now Ultraman kick him in the nuts. I thought that was a little bit too far, but what else do they got? Let me look at my notes. Let me see. Can you read that one?
Let me see. Sorry, Jake. I gotta get my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jake says, also nice to see Superman saving people for once instead of just straight up killing everybody.
He saves a squirrel in this movie. That's how you know he's Superman. He always asks if everybody's okay and stuff like that. And the thing is, that's what the difference between him and the Justice Game when they show up, because like the big kaiju fight, Superman is actually trying to save the kaiju. He's like, let's take the kaiju somewhere else.
And that's what he does. That's what he does in the comics. Yeah. That's what he does. Yeah. Remember in John Kent, his son was doing. We read that book where the sea monster came and was and he was trying to talk to it, and he got like Aqualad to reason with it. And yeah, that's because that's what people want to kill. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, so he was trying to like save the kaiju and try to protect everybody. Justice League was like, nah, let's kill this thing. That's it. And they kill it. They like fuck it, and then they like, hey, it's done. You're like, something like, why y'all do that, man? I was trying to save this thing. Send it to my zoo or some shit like that. Like, hey, they were like, fuck that monster. What else we got? They mentioned Kryptonite, but never mentioned if Ultraman had lead mask. Has lead mask?
Has a lead mask?
And does he have a lead mask? I don't think he did. No, I think he was just a Superman clone. That's it. So yeah. Like I said, Superman clone took his mask off, had the same power as Superman, but the difference is that he was like dumb as shit, because basically Lex Luthor was controlling him like a video game. So everything he was doing was being remote controlled by Lex Luthor. Okay. And Lex Luthor, since he studied Superman so much, he knew every move Superman was going to do before he did it. That's why Ultraman was beating his ass. So, because Lex Luthor was, basically playing a video game. There's a plot hole in Superman couldn't X-ray vision Ultraman's face. He should have known long before. Okay, I see what you're saying. If he had less in the mask, he wouldn't shoot him. She never see him. So maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know. That was they didn't say that in the movie, but I guess that would make sense.
Oh, does lead stop him from having extra? Yeah,
Yeah,
it does. Yeah.
his experiences
Yeah,
don't see through
that's
lead.
yeah.
So yeah,
I remember that. And
they never say that in the movie, but I guess
that's because in the first movie, right, when he was trying to look into the briefcase or whatever, and it had kryptonite in it.
Right. Yeah, he couldn't see through it and stuff like that. All right. So let's now that I said all that, can I talk about the character? Let's talk about David Corn Sweat as Superman.
Sure.
What do I think about him? I think for the movie we're playing in, he nailed it. Now, I'm not gonna say he's my favorite Superman, because like I said, he was like being corny, and I felt a few times I did feel like he was trying to be corny. Where if you see other Supermans that I like Christopher Reeve. Chris Reeve never felt like he was trying to be corny. That just felt like what he was. It felt natural.
Yeah,
he was, but it felt natural.
Yeah, he was
but
kind of like
one,
a big, lovable lug, kind of goofy.
Yeah,
lug.
and this one, it felt like he was almost like, it's almost like if Forrest Gump had superpowers. That's what he almost came off.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, that's what he felt like. So yeah. But I like, because I was like, come on, man, you can't be this naive, man. To know what's going on. But that's Superman, you expect him. So, but here's the thing, Eli, I got to, and I almost got kicked out of a Facebook group for saying what I'm about to say right now.
Uh-oh. Do I have to put a disclaimer?
You might. He acted circles around Henry Cavill. I'm sorry.
Oh.
He is by far the better Superman in every aspect, whatever you want to call it. People got mad at me for saying that. How dare you besmirch Henry Cavill's name? I forgot, Eli. People like that dude. I forgot. Just so I keep forgetting fanboys want to fuck Henry Cavill. So if I say some bad things about him, then
and Zack Snyder, they want to.
And Zack Snyder, they want to
Snyder Cavill sandwich.
Right. So I have to be careful sometimes what I say. I gotta forget that. So yeah. Why did he kill Superman by suffocating him? If Superman was into the moon, he can't. Yeah, that's a plot hole. How he can't breathe. Why is he on the moon? I guess he held his breath. I don't know. But Henry fit the role perfectly. Hell, this dude picked the role perfectly. That's what I'm saying. Now, I will say this about Henry Cavill. As far as who looks the most physically like a comic book come to life, Henry Cavill. Bar none.
He looked good.
Everybody.
Yeah, Superman Cavill Superman looked cool.
Presence-wise, nobody's beating him. Anybody. I don't care. I don't think anybody will beat him. He just was perfect. But the acting-wise, I'm sorry, y'all. He was terrible. He couldn't act. We got a paper bag. His Clark Kent was the most terrible Clark Kent of all time. He barely said 2 words of Superman. And plus, he was all broody and mean and all shit like that. So when Batman showed up on the screen, you can barely tell the difference between them. So I know y'all want to fuck this dude, man.
I'm not going to say nothing. I've said my piece
right.
about BVS and my issues 10 years ago. I'm not going through that hell again. No.
Because a lot of people are saying this movie was good, but imagine if Henry Cavill was in this movie. No, Henry Cavill would have been terrible in this movie. Because guess what? This Superman has a personality. This Superman has charisma.
The sun shines in this movie.
The sunshine. He actually can have a conversation with people. He actually has chemistry with Lois Lane. Shocking. That's shit you expect to see in a Superman movie. You finally get it. So yeah.
They didn't turn down the color saturation in After Effects.
So yeah, so I got a lot of trouble for saying that, but hey, I stand by what I said. So what else we got here? Lois Lane, the best one.
Versus
she
who?
was okay. He said Lois Lane is the best one to date.
Oh, this one? Yeah.
She was okay. Yeah. She was okay. Let me see. Keep talking, Eli. I'm about to do something.
Well, I mean, I know I've seen her in Mrs. Maisel, the show.
And she's awesome in that great show. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think she was in a Western too. Oh, she was in that gangster flick that was pretty good where she had the baby and the gangsters were after her. That was good. No, she's a good actress.
No, she is, and she's good in this also. Now, is she the best Lois Lane of all time? I won't say she's the best, but she's good. She's definitely good.
I mean, Margot Kidder. I mean, those are classics.
Oh, girl from Superman and Lois. We can't forget Superman and Lois.
Oh yeah, she was a good Lois Lane.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Great. That show is great. That's a great show.
Yeah. And they really pulling your heartstrings on this show like that. They really brought the emotion in this show. Now, I'm not saying I'm by no means am I saying she a bad Lois Lane. She's a great Lois Lane. Not my favorite of all time, but I feel like for the role she was doing, she served the purpose correctly. And that's what she was supposed to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, the reason y'all saying she's the best Lois Lane of all time because she's walking around a press junket like this. And y'all's like, oh, okay. Well, she's the best Lois Lane of all time. Like, come on, man. Eyes up here, buddy. Or whatever he said. So that's what I'm saying. Sorry I took so long for Eli, but yeah. So
that's why you were searching for that pick?
Yes, I was searching for that the whole time. Sorry.
Doing research
in the middle of the podcast
for science.
But I will say this: her chemistry with Superman is the best chemistry I've seen between Superman and Lois. Their chemistry was great. Like, I love seeing them on screen, man. The chemistry was so great. It feels like one of those scandals we're gonna hear about in a year from now. Like, both of them leave their wives and husbands and shit. Like, the chemistry was just that great. So Luther mentioned Kryptonite. Well, talking Rick Flag, but we don't know Ultraman has his black mask. That's a big blunder for me. What is you about the lead mask? I don't know.
Luther mentioned
you're really obsessed with the lead mask. They say nothing about the lead mask. And plus the Kryptonite is nowhere around Ultraman. So yeah, it's just around Superman. But yeah, so what else we got here? Also, like I said, we talk about Superman. Superman is great. Talk about some other characters. I'm gonna just start clicking people and see like that. Hawk Girl was there. So yeah, cool like that. I did like one thing she did because everybody expects Superman like one of the bad guys, like, you won't kill me. Superman would never kill me. And she's like, I'm not Superman. It just drops his ass. I'm like, oh shit, okay. But that's Hawk Girl. You expect that. So yeah. What else we got? Metamorpho. Metamorpho was great in this. He was very limited in this role. What I don't understand is that why everybody's so scared of Superman when he has the powers to kill Superman. He can create kryptonite on the fly. And that's why they held Superman down for a long time. But the thing is, he's actually a good guy, and he joins them later on, shit like that. So, like, I'm like, okay, we got Metamorpho in here. So Metamorpho's a great guy. For those who don't know about Metamorpho, he was actually a regular dude that got some sci-fi bullshit, and that's why he looks like that. He was human. What's it? Oh, okay. Let's talk about Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific was I'm trying to. They're coming in hot, man.
The Superman, man. This is man. This is
yeah.
You've waited. This is your night, man.
I wish I had seen it using free. Right. No, he didn't use free breath. He did use super breath, but not freeze breath. You're correct about that. He used it a few times. Mr. Terrific. Let's talk about Mr. Terrific. Like I said, Mr. Terrific was you know what? I'm going to show this. Alex Ross did not have to go this hard with making this.
That's awesome.
This poster.
That is awesome.
That wasn't in the movie. That's Alex Ross. That's one of the JSA covers and shit like that.
What did that say on his arm?
What? Fair play.
Fair play. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing about Mr. Terrific. So what are Mr. Terrific's powers? He doesn't have any.
He's smart.
That's what he's smart. That's it. So he's a human. That's it. He's the third smartest man in the DC universe.
He's like Tony Stark. He's like Reed Richards. He's
basically DC's Reed Richards.
Yeah.
That's basically what he is. Yeah. He does all the bullshit. He's got all kind of gadgets and stuff like that. He actually, like, they didn't say it in the movie, but he has technology that makes him invisible to technology. So you can't, see him on camera or nothing like shit like that. He's invisible, all that shit like that. He made this shit. Super smart. He's a billionaire also. They didn't say that in the movie. So what I like it, Eli, the thing people talk about on Mr. Terrific, they're saying he stole the show because he had one of the best action scenes in the movie. Like, he shows up in a scene and they're like, oh, don't worry about it. He's just a smart one in the Justice League. Don't worry about him. And he's like, what? And he beats everybody's ass. So that's what I like about him. So he was a stay. And plus, I'm glad at Redemption. I wish I could find the picture of him, man. Can I find the picture? Nope. We'll talk about Krypton in a second. I can't find a picture. But the point is, I'm glad they gave him a redemption arc because remember this is the same dude. No, like X. This is the same dude that was in X-Men First Class.
Oh, yeah.
X-Men First Class. The one that had the mutant power to not die that got killed.
Yeah.
So this is basically his redemption arc. So shout out to DC for redeeming that actor. So yeah. I know I clicked a whole bunch of stuff. Crypto wasn't in it as much as you think he'd be in it. They advertised like the whole movie's gonna be revolved around him. Not really. He was there. Yeah. Cool. He added heart to the movie, stuff like that. If you're in the dog, so yeah. What else we got? Not really a dog guy, myself, but yeah. Perry White. Cool. He was there. He was all like that. I like this actor because he is getting DC and Marvel. He was in Thunderbolts.
Okay.
So he's getting DC and Marvel money both ways. So
he's getting paid. Yeah.
Yeah. Lois Lane. We talk about Lois Lane. Cool. Like that. Y'all just want to fuck. So yeah. Y'all want to fuck her too. So yeah. She was in it for like 2 seconds.
Is that Mercy
and
or who is that?
No, that's Cat Grant.
Oh, okay.
She was in it for like 2 seconds. And the 2 seconds, you'll remember them. So yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. What else we got here?
Guy
Guy
Gardner
Gardner was an asshole. So he played the part perfectly. So yeah, that's what you expect. Oh, yeah, we was here. Oh, we gotta talk about Lex. We gotta talk about my boy Lex. We gotta talk about Lex. I'll get to it in a second. Let me click this. Cause Nicholas Hoult, man. Okay, let's see. Man, we're gonna talk about Jimmy. We're gonna talk about Jimmy in a second.
Jimmy has. What did he say? Jimmy has what?
Jimmy had all the hoes.
Jimmy. Jimmy again, like in
Supergirl. Yeah,
Supergirl.
It's like they acted like he was the dude. You remember like the big Jack dude from Supergirl?
Yeah,
they looked at him like that.
Jimmy St. Jack.
Right. Like he might as well been the guy. Like y'all confusing with somebody or something like that. So yeah, I'm trying to do 11 minutes. Do what else, Supergirl.
I should just leave my glasses on. Yeah, I can't see.
Yeah. We didn't see Superman much as Clark Kent.
Clark,
there was very much. Shout out to Clark. I see why you wanted more Clark Kent. Yeah, there was very little Clark Kent in the story, and I'm kind of cool with that. Like I said, the story was so much going on, you couldn't really fit Clark Kent in there. But yeah. But anyway, Lex Luthor. We gotta talk about Lex Luthor. Is he the greatest Lex Luthor of all time? I don't think so. But man, he's in the conversation. Like the people walk away from this movie and just remember him, and that's it. Because Lex Luthor has become one of the biggest haters in movie villain history. He hated Superman so much. Like, how do you go this far to hate a man so much? And he told him, like, I just don't like you, man. That's all. Like the level he goes to, man. Like Eli, he shoots a guy in the head for giving Superman free food. That's how far he goes with this shit. Like, why?
Yeah, that's a lot of
really goes to,
yeah.
and the plot point they go on there about that. Okay, I'll try to think. The thing that Lex Luthor, hold on, I'm gonna click on this because I want to talk about some of the plot points we're talking about. Okay,
super shit.
Inside joke, Jake. Inside joke. Yes. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So Lex Luthor, one of his schemes, his plots he's doing like that, he's taking over Twitter, corrupting the algorithm to make it shit on Superman. So, and that's where hashtag super shit came from.
Oh,
so, yeah.
I thought he was like, I thought you were going to say Lex Luthor's trying to get like Superman shit to create some kind of super weapon.
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Well, that should be a plot.
That should be a plot. Now, here's the thing about this plot. I want everybody to understand what I'm saying when I miss a plot, because there's a plot in the movie where Lex Luthor goes to the Fortress of Solitude and steals a message from Jor-El, that Jor-El had a message. He steals a message. So the message is that, like I said earlier, that Jor-El sent Kal-El to conquer the planet. And Lex Luthor is shocked and sends that message and blasts it all over Twitter and shit like that. And the moment he does that, social media and everything like that, and the news stuff like that, the moment he does it, everybody hates Superman. And people are like, oh, that's not realistic. How you gonna turn on Superman that fast? Y'all missing the point. Y'all not paying attention. Think about what we said. Somebody dug up somebody's past, blasted on social media, and you turn on them instantly. You saying you've never seen that happen before? It happened to James Gunn.
I'm about to say, I believe it happened to the guy who directed this movie.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's a commentary on cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling you what happened right there. You're acting like it ain't realistic. He's telling you what happened. He's digging from his own life. They canceled Superman the movie because Lex Luthor dug up some shit in his past. So y'all arguing over about this legit stuff like that. Is the message real? Is the message real? Whether the message is real or not doesn't matter, even though the message is real, because they had 5 people in a row say the message was real, and y'all still arguing about that shit. So y'all just want to make up your own damn movie. Lane did the same thing for Lex at the end. yeah. Lois Lane canceled him at the end. So yeah. What do you think about the movie? Will it make, I think, around 700 million? It's gonna be tough, Clark. It's gonna be tough. I think the numbers today, because 700 million is what Man of Steel did. So basically, got to beat that to beat Man of Steel. I don't know. International
in this day and age. I mean, yeah, pre-COVID, yeah. Now,
yeah.
You know,
I don't know, because the thing is, I've seen like everybody's public opinion so wishy-washy right now. Like everybody's so high. Oh, Superman's great. If this movie flops, people are like, Superman sucks. I've seen y'all do it. Y'all did it with Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was the greatest movie Marvel had ever made when the first week it came and y'all saw the Rotten Tomatoes. Then the moment it started flopping, oh, that movie sucked anyway. I told y'all, Marvel shit. How y'all flip that quick? Y'all just sway by whatever. Y'all just sway whatever's popular. That's all. So, yeah. Also, what do we got here? See if I can click on her. The engineer. I got to talk about the engineer. Everybody talk about the engineer. Who I know a lot of y'all listening don't know who the engineer is. So the thing is, the engineer is not even.
I was okay. That not the Midnight Suns. Go ahead. Authority. Sorry.
The Authority. See, Eli, I told you know this shit, man.
That's
like
the Authority, man.
Well, no, you look like, well, actually, thoughts of the new
Midnighter. That's what I meant. That's okay.
Yeah, Midnight. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so that's the right. She's not a Superman character at all. She's from the Authority. That's what she looks like in the comics. Angela Spick, I think what his name is. From the comic. Pretty much more or less the same powers. You know, she's actually never fought Superman. I don't think she's even met Superman before. But she's a Superman villain in this one. A menacing Superman almost killed Superman in this movie. Like that's why I like that Superman, like Lex Luthor was inventing supervillains that match Superman's powers without going to kryptonite or strength like that. She just had powers to like really fuck him up. And
well, didn't James Gunn say that they were going to make an Authority movie or a show or something?
I think it's been canceled. They don't have a script. Yeah, I didn't like them making Jor-El evil. That's what I'm saying, Clark. That's from the comics. Now, yes, it's from a comic people don't like, but it's from the comic. It happened. So yeah. So what do we got here? Is she human or robot? Yes.
Yes.
That's the answer. Lex Luthor did some sciencey bullshit to make her a cyborg like that, but yeah, so that's her thing.
More human than human. That's our motto.
I got to talk about my boy. Oh, well, Jake. I got to talk about Jake's boy. Where is he? I hope I got the picture of him. Damn it! I don't think I got him. I can't find him. Okay, I'm gonna just talk about him. Jimmy Olsen. Got to talk about Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen might be the MVP of the movie because he saves Superman with his dick. It's weird, but that's what happened. He's like the Pete Davidson of the movie, man. It's like women can't keep their hands off of him, and he actually saves Superman for that one. Let me see. Keep talking. I'm doing something else. See if you can keep talking.
Was that guy? No, is that the guy from Righteous Gemstones? I seen him before.
You watched that?
Oh yeah,
you watched that?
Yeah, I did.
Why you never talking? Eli, why we never talking about Righteous Gemstones on here?
Why haven't we talked about that shit?
Why have we not talked about this show? That show was great, man.
Yeah, it was.
I never thought about it. I never thought you saw it.
Yeah, I watched it.
Anybody has seen it, watch Righteous Gemstones. That show is great.
Fucking hilarious, yeah.
That show is awesome. I love Righteous Gemstones. It's funny. It's over now. I mean, it's
done now.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, got to talk about Jimmy Olsen. Like I said, Jimmy Olsen had this running plot line. And, okay, so let's talk about Jimmy Olsen for a second. So I don't know about Jimmy Olsen being the player from the Himalayas or whatever they had him being in that one. But the point is that Jimmy Olsen is a very interesting character in the comics because while Superman is doing all this Superman and shit, Jimmy Olsen in the comics is always on these random ass side quests, always on these crazy ass adventures that nobody else knows about. Like, how the fuck? Why is he doing all this shit? You know, like for instance, he might, turn to a giant turtle from drinking the growth hormone, and Superman got to throw him in space, or he might turn to a kryptonite clone to fight Superman. Superman got to throw him in space. You know, we might turn to a werewolf. We might get cursed. Jimmy Olsen has some weird ass stories, like just Jimmy Olsen by himself. That's why Zack Snyder didn't tap into it. Like, why you just go shoot the guy in the head, man? You can do stories with this guy. So yeah, like turning Jimmy Olsen in like big dick player, you know, not him, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now here's the plot point, Eli. Let me see if I go there. I lost Jimmy Olsen, but whatever. Okay, so wait, I found it. So yeah, so basically it's a running plot, and I guess Jimmy Olsen is like the player of the year in Metropolis, because now that I think about it, okay, so Supergirl is in love with him. Like in the comics, Supergirl's in love with him. You know, Lois Lane's sister is in love with him. So I guess he does get all those girls and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess that is a thing. Damn it, the thing I was trying to do, I can't find it, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. So so the plot point of what I'm talking about with Jimmy Olsen, how Jimmy Olsen is the MVP of the movie, is that okay, Lex Luthor has this brilliant plan, this brilliant scheme, a thought of everything, like 5 steps ahead, gonna kill Superman, gonna take over the world, all this shit like that. But what he didn't think about was that Jimmy Olsen was smashing his girl.
Oh.
And his girl is Eve Tessmacher. They don't say the Miss Tessmacher? Yes. That Miss Tessmacher. Yeah. so they revamped her, revitalized her in this movie. So she's basically digmatized by Jimmy Olsen. So she would do anything for Jimmy Olsen just to do that. So Jimmy Olsen, she's feeding Jimmy Olsen information, not knowing Jimmy Olsen feeding everybody else back to information to tell everybody what Lex Luthor is doing. So that's how they're able to find out what Lex Luthor's doing, like find out what Superman is in when he gets trapped, find out his evil plan, because she's like sending him sexy selfies, but in the back of the selfies is Lex Luthor's like evil plans and shit. So Jimmy Olsen, MVP. So yeah. Yeah, what else we got? Didn't Jimmy just get killed? Yeah, he shot him in the head. CIA agent. Yeah, it was done.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So they find and that thing is Jimmy's so popular that James Gunn is actually thinking about making a TV show from which y'all should have done that shit. Give Jimmy Olsen on TV show, have him do just wacky ass shit in Metropolis. They got so many crazy ass comic stories where he just do shit. Like Darkseid debuted in a Jimmy Olsen comic, and the New Gods, all of them. So yeah, that's how wacky this shit get. So I think we're at the main point. Like I said, I think James Gunn. I also want to applaud James Gunn. You know all that Dad Rock he does and all those other movies and shit like that. It's toned down in this one. It's still there, but it's toned down.
Okay.
And I appreciate that. It's there when it needs to be. You know, you think we've gotten a Michael Bay Superman would have done better or worse? Worse.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know if
Michael Bay is just Zack Snyder, except he knows his shit is shit. They're the same guy. So
yeah, I don't think I've liked any. Do I like a Michael Bay movie?
You never liked any of the Bad Boys?
I thought the first one was cool. No, I like the second one. I like the second one where they go to South America or whatever. That's it. That's all I've seen, though. Man, I haven't seen the rest of them. Well, he didn't make those.
Oh, well, he didn't make those. So.
Yeah. But all those Transformers movies suck.
Yeah, they did.
Fuck on that shit.
Supergirl was fun, even though spoilers, Supergirl showed at the very end. People are pissed off about that because Supergirl shows up drunk at the end of the movie. Like, you're like, why James Gunn always messing with my character? That was her storyline in the comic. She was drunk in the comic. She went to planets with red suns in them to get drunk because that's the only way she can get drunk because she was traumatized because she remembers Krypton. She remembers it blowing up shit like that. Kal-El don't remember that. Superman don't remember that shit. He was a baby. But she remembers it like it was yesterday. So she's drunk all the time because she has PTSD from this shit. Because survivor's guilt, you know. So yes, you can complain about that. Even the coat she was wearing was from the comic that came from. So yeah. So yeah, like I said, a lot of lore we got in that. Trying to think what else. But yeah, tone that down. Now, like I said, the movie doesn't have flaws. Like I said, they throw a lot of shit at you. Even if you know all this shit, the movie gets very busy towards the end of the movie. Like, Superman, I got to go here and save the people. No, Superman can't go over here. You got to go over here because they're doing this thing. We're going to send people over there. You got to go over there. And you're like, what?
So it sounds like like an episode of Justice League Unlimited or something.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, I was getting flashbacks of Justice League Unlimited. It was that. Yeah. So, like I said, because they got both Mr. Terrific and Lex Luthor just pulling weird bullshit science out their ass for no reason. That like that. How y'all doing that? It's a comic book. Just don't worry about it. So yeah. When Supergirl be evil Kryptonian and no, actually no. I'm glad you said that. I went on through a thread of that because the thing is, Supergirl, Kara Zor-El is from Argo City. They separated from everybody in Krypton. They did their own thing. So they probably don't give a shit what the crazy-ass Kryptonians on. So basically turn the Kryptonians into Viltrumites or whatever. So yeah. So she probably don't care what, that the Kryptonians were trying to take over planets and shit like that. She don't care. She's just there just getting drunk and shit. So yeah. But yeah, man. Now, can I say something that also controversial? That almost got me kicked out. The Henry Cavill shit and this, what I'm about to say. Okay.
This is your time, man.
I think this is the best Superman movie ever.
Okay.
I know that's controversial. They were like, how dare you? Say I said, now here's what listen to me when I say this. Now, I've seen Superman. I've seen all the Superman movies multiple times. The first two, honestly, maybe 100 times. No joke, a piece on this movie. So I know I can quote those movies backwards and forwards. But here's the thing. Say somebody walks up to you and say, I don't know anything about Superman. Show me something to get me into Superman. You're not going to show them Superman 78. You're not going to show them Superman 2. Yes, they were great movies back in 1978. You're not going to show somebody in 2025 a 45-year-old movie and think that's going to get them. It's a different movie. This, you can show them the movie and
it
will hold their
what's
attention.
a phone booth?
Right, like what the fuck is this? Keep in mind, Superman doesn't show up in that movie till like an hour.
It's a long time. Yeah,
it's a long time before he shows up in that movie, right? So it's a tough sell. Now, I feel like if you want to show one person a movie to get him in there and understand about Superman, this is the movie to show him. You're not gonna show him Man of Steel. Man of Steel's not gonna work. But you can show. You're not gonna show him the Richard Pryor movie, no. But you can show them this. You can be like, sorry, man, no. But you can show them this one movie, be like, hey, this is Superman. Boom, take that in. And I'm not gonna say it's gonna blow their heads away, shit like that. But I do think people are gonna walk up and be like, hey, that was all right. Okay. I think they'll be able to sit through it. Where I think that's gonna be tough for them to sit through Superman 78 or even Superman 2. Like those special effects, they don't hold up now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're spoiled by Infinity War and all this shit like that. You go back that shit, it's you can see the strings on them when they flying around. It's like that. It's a tough sell,
Yeah, the blue screen, green screen, yeah.
Yeah. Now I do think after you show this movie, then you can show them those other movies. Okay, now you have an understanding. You want to dig deeper down the Superman rabbit hole. Now I can watch the movies, but that's gonna be tough. So if you want to show somebody one Superman movie, I think this is the movie to show them. That's why I'm saying this is the best Superman movie of all time. Now I know it's controversial, but here's the thing, Eli. I'm seeing a lot of people online saying this, like, I never gave a fuck about Superman. I thought Superman was boring. I thought Superman was super shit, But I saw this movie, and I'm thinking, hey, this movie's all right. I guess Superman ain't that bad. So we're already talking about people that didn't like Superman. This movie's converting them over to Superman fans. So yeah. John Cena was in the movie. Yeah, very briefly talking shit about Superman.
Oh, is it the Peacemaker? Yeah.
The Peacemaker, yeah, showed that he very briefly. It was just a cameo, so it was still funny that he showed up, shit like that. So yeah, but yeah, so kind of slap a rating on it.
By all means.
Because otherwise, we just gonna talk all day about this shit. So I'm gonna slap a rating on it. My rating is 4.5 out of 5. That's my rating.
Oh wow!
Like I said, because the movie gets busy, but at the same time, Eli, when I walked out of the movie, I did feel inspired. I did feel like, man, I feel good. Superman had inspired you and you want to be, inspired, because the whole point of the movie is that Superman is a good person, but we live in a post-truth era. So nobody believes anything. So how can you believe this all-powerful demigod is a good person? How is that possible? And you just have to believe it.
Yeah. That's weird because I was, not to cut you off, but I read Birthright this week. I never read it before, but there's a scene where Lex Luthor is spreading a bunch of bullshit about fucking Superman, and this is pre-Twitter because this is written back in the early 2000s, but she talks about how, like, cable news, back then it was cable news, 24/7 bombardment of information and people telling you how to think, and the media, and how people just don't trust, have no one to trust anymore. And I thought that was, wow, that's still relevant.
I think it's even worse now than then. I think it was getting warm up then. But yeah,
she was just like, the media does it, the government does it, politicians do it. Everyone's just sort of, bombarding you all like 24/7 with information and telling you how to think, what to like, what to buy, blah, 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 that at the end we just become cynical and we don't trust anybody,
Right.
And I was like, wow, that's damn. That was Mark Waid, the guy who wrote Kingdom Come. So, so yeah.
So yeah. Now that's the whole point of the movie. So the point of the movie, like I said, the Superman 78 had one mission. Can we make you believe a man can fly? That's the thing. You'll believe a man can fly, because the thing is, back then, people didn't, like, grown people didn't pay attention to superhero shit. Like, you might as well put Peter Pan on there and try to take him serious. So don't worry, he'll be back. So the point is, they tried to make a movie where you can actually believe a person with power is good. We don't believe that anymore because we all so jaded and so cynical. We think that anybody that is in charge or in power, they're out to get us. We can't trust them. And the main thing is, because even if that person is good, there's going to be all kind of information, or you're going to get canceled, or even if they do good stuff, they're going to dig up something in your past because nobody is perfect. So even Superman isn't perfect in this movie. He says it himself. He messes up. He screws up. But he's doing the best he can, and that's the most human thing you can get. So what he's saying is that even though he does have all these powers like that, he's human. Or at least trying to be. So, yeah, let me see. What you got here, Jake? Don't worry. Eli will be back. What are some good Superman comics worth reading? Okay, hold on. Let me get him back in here. No problem. Okay.
Sorry, yeah. My Spotify kicked on for some reason.
Spotify. Oh, did I say something to trigger it or
I
something?
don't know.
Okay. Michael Shannon's job will eat him for. Oh, yeah. Michael Shannon's Zod, that's not even competition. Like I said, this is probably the weakest Superman we've seen on screen. So, yeah. We can't put him against Henry Cavill. No, Henry Cavill could beat Thanos. So what the fuck are we talking about? Super Emperor, Joker comics, really fun. So just some Superman comics I bring off the top of my head. I'm gonna just off the top of my head. I didn't make a list of like that. Superman Birthright, like Eli just said.
Yeah, I just read that this week. First time reading it, and that was really good.
Yeah. All-Star Superman. All-Star Superman is a must read. You got to. Don't just watch that cartoon.
But don't start out with All Stars.
No, I think you can. I think you
You
can.
think Grant Morrison?
No.
You think that's not a
Yeah, you're right. No, you can't. You can't start off with it. No, you can't start off with it. Okay. What else I recommend? Kingdom Come. I count it as a Superman story.
It is.
We did an in-depth review on Kingdom Come. I think it's one of the best graphic novels of all time.
It is.
Yeah.
That's up there with Watchmen and Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. And even though it's got like a zillion heroes in it, it is very much Superman because it almost talks about the same like themes in Kingdom Come like this movie does. Like Superman left because people don't believe in him anymore.
Yeah.
You're like, "What? I'm giving up on y'all."
Yeah. Well, that was written back during the 90s when everything like in the night and people who don't remember or weren't alive back then or just, don't know that in the 90s comics got very violent and cynical. The 90s got cynical. That's where Deadpool came out of. The 90s, and they killed off Superman,
Yeah.
That's when Superman got killed by Doomsday and just traditional. So Kingdom Come is basically at its core all about how traditional superheroes, how there's no need or how everyone got bored of that. And there was a need for that traditional
edgier and
well, no, from what you're telling me now, I didn't see this new movie yet, but like how you say Superman's a good guy and people are having a problem with that for some reason.
Yeah.
That's what Kingdom Come was. Like everyone didn't give a shit about superheroes anymore. We liked our big guns and our, Cable and Deadpool and Spawn and, Kit and, Grifter and
right. And they just show up and they just kill and they don't care about anything
else. Yeah. Everyone was just guns and even Superman had guns at some
right.
That's because it was the night. That's what everyone. It just got really violent, and everyone got bored of. And I'll admit, I got bored of it. But here's Kingdom Come. It's like, no, we need that forthright righteousness again. And that's what Superman represents is the hope.
Yeah, Superman Secret Origin. Okay, Eli, remember you talking about Birthright, and I said Birthright was immediately retconned afterward. It was retconned by Secret Origin. So
okay,
anybody want to read that? Good one. It was cool. I like Birthright better. That's just me. But yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah. Another one. I'm gonna throw you some New 52 shit in there. Superman Unchained. People don't talk about that book, but I love that storyline. It's a New 52 storyline. That's why people don't talk about it. Of course, it's been retconned out of existence, stuff like that. Another one people might look. Another one dig into this one. Another New 52 one. Hell on Earth. Nobody ever talks about that shit. Maybe one day we'll review it, but like that. But go read that one. Of course, you got Superman for all seasons. Oh, Man of Steel. John Byrne's Man of Steel, the post-crisis one I was talking about. That's one of my favorite comic book graphic novels of all time. That actually what got me into Superman. That book right there. What else? Of course, Doomsday, Death Superman, Return of Superman. You got to read that. Got to know what the fuck going on with that one. Oh, For the Man Who Has Everything.
That the Alan Moore one?
The Mongol one. The Mongol.
Oh no.
The Black Mercy. The one with everybody knows what I'm talking about. It was they made it into Just League cartoon.
Yeah, the one with the Alan Moore where he like went back to Krypton, like he was just having a dream or whatever.
Like he was dreaming he was in Krypton.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, read that one. What's the matter with Truth, Justice, and the American Way? Read that one. That's the one Superman versus the Elite was based on.
So,
Yeah.
is this movie woke?
Is it woke? Oh, Eli, are we going to see Eli? I didn't know we were gonna go there. I didn't know we were gonna
Fuck
go there.
it, man.
Okay. So, like I said, first off, is Superman woke? Yes, always has been. But is the movie woke? Okay, I'll put it like this: the movie doesn't throw it in your face, but that war that Lex Luthor was started, man, that sounded so much like Israel and Palestine. Even though I know this movie was written before then, but it's so on the nose. Because the thing is, Lex Luthor is putting all his money and military might into this one country so they can take over this other country that don't have any of that stuff, so he can mine it for resources like they become the king. I'm like, oh shit, are they really going there? Even though I know this shit was written before that thing broke out, but the timing.
No,
of
that's been going on since before I was born.
I know, but I'm saying, but the
But
timing of Eli,
more recently, yes, the more recent,
yeah.
going, yeah.
So that's why you got a lot of people saying this movie is an anti-Israel movie. So y'all saying Israel's the bad guy? I thought y'all saying Palestine was the bad guy. Y'all gotta make your mind up. Who's the bad guy? So
Yeah.
now they flip flopping. So yeah.
Well, also, I'll just add this. Now, again, I
Mhm.
didn't see the movie, but I remember when I was watching the making of Batman '89. So yes, I'm dating myself. Batman '89, Michael Keaton, the guy who wrote it, who wrote the original script, he taught a college course on comic books and the relevancy of comic book storytelling. And he was trying to get it at a university. He had an interview with the dean to basically justify, I want to teach this class. Can we make it a class at your college? And the dean was like, no, I don't think comic books have any relevance for literature, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes, do you know the story of Superman? And he goes, kind of. He's like, tell me the story of Superman. Okay, he was born on Krypton, and his parents put him in like a lifeboat and sent him to another planet to be raised by, simple folk, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, now do you know the story of Moses? He's like, yeah, well, tell me the story of Moses. Well, this guy was born and his parents sent him down the river. And he's like, oh shit. Yes. Your class is approved. Teach that shit. And that's how he got, how he got approved to teach a course on comic book literature was by telling the Superman origin.
Right, because you remember it was created by two Jewish men.
Yeah.
So of course, Superman is a Moses allegory. And how deep we want to go with this? How deep we want to go with this?
Okay. Dude, it's your guy, man. Go as deep as you want.
Okay. Like I said, we can go deep with it. Like I said, we got Moses with that same orphan allegory, the Savior allegory. You got Hercules with that same allegory. You got Horus, the Egyptian Horus god with that same allegory. Who else has the same allegory? Jesus has the same allegory. It's all the same story about the orphan savior that comes from another place to come here and save everybody. That story has been told all throughout history. Like, I think we need to, and I should have said this earlier, that people need to understand that Superman is the first comic book superhero. He's the first.
Yeah.
People argue with me all day for that for no reason. Yes, I know about the Spirit. I know about the Shadow. I know about the Phantom and all that bullshit like that. The Green Hornet, Tarzan, Popeye, all this shit like that. I know about all these folks like that. Superman was the first comic book superhero with super powers.
And a cape.
Yes, he had powers. That was the difference.
That archetype motif.
He could outrun a car.
Yes,
right.
That's what was born. Yeah, all that motif, the superhero archetype is modeled after Superman.
It came out in 1938. April, I think, June. I can't remember the exact date, but 1938 is when it came out. So, yes. So, like I said, there were other comic books out. There were other mass crime fighters out, but there wasn't a superhero.
Yeah.
That's the key point.
Yeah, Batman didn't have powers.
Didn't have powers, right?
Neither did the Phantom. Was like he came back from the dead or some shit, right?
No. Okay. Can we talk about? Can we get canceled again?
Sorry, I don't.
No. We're gonna get canceled again. Okay. Here's the thing: the Phantom is the Black Panther. Okay. It's the same thing.
Oh, he's from a secret. That's right. He's from some secret country, right?
Yeah. Well, he's like in the jungle in Africa, shit like that. But the point is that the Phantom is a mantle that's passed down from father to son.
Yeah.
Just like Black Panther. So Jack Kirby's from off the Phantom. That's all it was. So yeah. That's deep was gonna go with that one. But yeah, like I said, that's what we have there. So like I said, Superman was the first, and when Superman hit, it took off. that all of a sudden you got superheroes popping up everywhere. The Flash, Green Lantern, all this shit, Hawkman, you know, all these people. Like I said, it was crazy. Everybody was all like this. Like I said, it created crazy. Captain Marvel, all this shit like that. So,
And no, not
like I said,
not Brie Larson. They mean Shazam.
not Brie Larson, Shazam, but yeah. But yeah, so like I said, I think we've gone as they're going to think we can go, Eli. I think we move on past this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure once I see it, we'll probably talk about it some more. Because I'll probably
you probably go aside. Yeah. I'm probably overhyping the shit out there.
It's all right. Yeah. Wasn't as cool as Quest for Peace. No.
Right. Got screwed over. Yeah, absolutely, the creators got screwed over. So the creators Siegel and Schuster, I think, was in high school when they made Superman, and they sold it to DC. It was called a different company at the time. Then they sold it to DC for $100. Yeah. Think about that. The whole rights over, and they made billions off this shit like that. So, they've been the estate has been fighting for their rights ever since. That's why every time a Superman movie comes out, they come out of nowhere like, "Hey, where's my cut?" You know.
Yeah.
And they gave pay them on the table or whatever like that. But anyway, they finally did get. Matter of fact, I don't even think they put their name on Superman comics until like 1978 when Neil Adams.
Yeah, it was Neil Adams and a bunch of other like comic book writers and creators.
They get like, man, pay these guys.
So,
man.
Yeah, you've made all this money off and these guys are all old and like poor and broken
and
shit.
Families and stuff.
Yeah, and that's why when you watch Superman 78, you see their names like right there.
Yeah, I think Superman 78 was like the first time they had their name on something.
Mm-hmm.
Before then, it was just DC. That's it. So yeah. So shout out to them. Well, honestly, it don't really matter because I think like 10 years from now, Superman goes public domain anyway. So none of this shit will even matter by then. So yeah, we'll make our own Superman.
Then we'll have Superman, the slasher movie.
Oh hell no, man! Y'all gotta stop with that shit, man. All right, so
Superman versus Popeye.
What Popeye was already public domain. So yeah, where's the Popeye horror movie?
There is a Popeye. I haven't seen it. I forget what it's called.
Yeah,
Popeye the Slayer, man. I think it's called. It's something really cheesy as fuck.
Okay, that's kind of clever. I'll be honest with you.
I haven't seen it though.
Oh, like y'all leaving money on the table, man. What's the Popeye horror movie? Yeah. All right. So that being said, we move on to the next part of the podcast. Like I said, it's Comic Book Bullies, where we talk about comic books. We're gonna jump into it. I'm gonna keep it light, but I know Eli got some stuff we want to talk about, so I'm gonna let Eli go first.
Well, am I doing Absolute Superman?
Whatever you want. It's your show. Well,
well, since we're still on Superman, I guess I'll let me pull it up. There's Absolute Superman, yes. So they rebooted Superman once again.
Again, right.
He is now a teenager. He was already a teenager when he came to Earth. He was a scientist studying the environmental catastrophes on Krypton. Did his parents actually die?
Didn't the planet blow up?
The planet blew up. Remember, they were on a life. No, they did die because he was on a lifeboat.
Yeah, the lifeboat.
The lifeboat blew up, but he got in the shuttle. They put him in the shuttle. So, yeah. So this is the Absolute universe where Darkseid has recreated, another universe to control it or whatever. In his image, yeah. So, and in this Superman, he's been going around the world working for like the poor, like these poor countries. There's the Lazarus Corporation, which is like this fascist corporation that is, kind of enslaving people and, exploiting countries and labor. And they have the Peacemaker Force, which is a bunch of peacemakers, and they're like this, fascist military, regime. And then we have the Omega Men, which is like this militia, this like anti, fascist militia called the Omega Men, fighting to free everybody from Lazarus. They've been teaming up with Superman. Actually joined them. He joined the Omega Men. He joined the Omega Men, and he's been fighting with the Omega Men. And they're led by a woman named Primus. We don't know who she is until this issue. They finally reveal who she is. So I'll do my best to go through this. I thought you read this, so I didn't plan on reviewing this.
Is that a mother box?
It's a father box.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay. We going there.
Yeah.
All right.
So last issue, Superman got shot by kryptonite bullets by one of the peacemakers.
Mhm.
So here he is, like dying on the, the Omega Men are trying to operate on him, but he's Superman. They can't cut into him. They can't do a surgery. They can't even pull the bullet out. He has to do it himself.
Ooh, okay.
And then they bring out the father box to like help with the surgery. And while the father box is like working on him, it like makes Superman have like this nightmare, and he gets this vision of like this apocalyptic wasteland. And it's
Okay. I gotta talk about the father. Did they explain where the father box came from? Like where he got it from?
okay. The Omega Men say she got this is a gift from their master, and that's I can't.
But they don't say
They
who the
don't say
master is.
who the master is.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's something with Darkseid.
I'm thinking it's Metron.
Okay.
Metron.
And then they reveal.
We'll see.
Okay, and then they reveal. So Primus, this woman, she finally takes off her mask. They don't say her name, but I think it might be Talia.
That would make sense. I
Yeah,
mean,
because their father,
Ra's al Ghul.
Lazarus. Yeah, Ra's al Ghul runs Lazarus. So,
Mhm.
so yes, they use that father box to sort of there's that panel of the father box, healing Superman. And then we cut to Lois Lane. So yeah, in this universe, Lois Lane is like an agent, a Lazarus agent. She works for the military. She's a soldier but she's been secretly trying to follow Superman. She's like kind of believes in him, and she's getting cynical with what the Lazarus Corp is doing. She's not agreeing with the Lazarus Corp, so she's kind of like sort of defecting. But anyways, this scene, she's getting interviewed by Ra's al Ghul, and it's really cool. She has a lot of really cool dialogue. Ra's al Ghul comes in and says, "Let me guess. You're not going to fire me. You're going to threaten my life, blah, 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 blah. You're going to threaten my family, blah, blah, blah. If I don't get in line and start blah, blah, blah." She kind of lays it all down. And so, yeah, and he's like, and Ra's al Ghul's trying to talk shit back to her. Like, "Oh, you say this like you don't fear me." And he's like, "Oh, I don't. You know why? Because I know a guy who can kick your ass."
So he hadn't met Superman yet?
No, he hasn't met Superman. But then he does say, "Well, okay, we're not going to fire you. You're right. I'm not going to fire you. I'm not going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. But you're going to find my son." I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So then we cut to, back to like Superman's been helping the Omega Men free prisoners from these, from these detainment centers, immigrant detainment centers. Yes,
right.
We're going there, and of course he's telling everybody, "Do not kill. We're not killing anybody." And the Omega Man's like, "What do you mean? We're soldiers, blah, blah, blah. They do not kill him." So he ends up like going in himself and frees any, it's like a really cool panel of Superman just, going through the whole prison, just freeing everybody. But then they break out the Lazarus Corps break out like these mechs. They got Peacemaker mechs. So we get this cool panel, this cool fight with Superman versus these Peacemaker mechs. And while they're in there, they leave Jimmy Olsen. Yeah, Jimmy Olsen's also an agent.
Jimmy Olsen?
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen's an agent of the Omega Men. He's in the Omega Men. He kind of looks like Gambit.
He got hoes in this universe.
Yeah, he looks like Gambit, man. Well, shit.
Okay, well there you go. Right.
So so they're fighting the Omega Men. He's telling, "Do not kill anybody." But then Superman's got wicked powers in this. Remember, his cape is like a Spawn cape,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then he has like these Goku Havoc powers where he goes Super Saiyan and is like, and like blows himself up and like takes out everybody.
No damn. Yeah, I remember. But then he get like weak if he does.
Yeah.
Like that.
And then they go inside to go rescue some of the prisoners, and they find out that that like Ra's al Ghul has like killed all the prisoners, and he's and then Primus or whatever her name is, the leader. She's like, that's it. They're dead. Ra's al Ghul's dead. Blah 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 blah. She's like swears, and it's like, "You need to help us. You need to help us fucking fight." And Superman's like, "You know what? I'm tired of everybody telling me what to do. I'm tired. I came here to help you, do good and do better. But you guys are a bunch of assholes too. You're just a bunch of murderers yourself, killing everybody." So I think it's kind of this weird thing where Superman's like getting disillusioned with humanity. Like I thought I came here to help, but you guys are fucking assholes, and I'm not working for you. And I think he's implying that he's going to quit the Omega Men. Like, I didn't sign up for this. I want to help people, not be a soldier in your war.
Right.
So then they find out that in the whole ensuing battle, they left a man behind, and it's Jimmy Olsen. And Jimmy Olsen's in a cell being interrogated by Lois Lane. And she's like, okay, I want to know everything about Superman. Everything you know about Superman. That's where it ends. So, pretty cool, man.
Damn.
Pretty cool. Jason Aaron really,
he's digging into it because, like I said, he's playing around with Superman lore, but it's still Superman lore, so he knows what he's doing with it. So.
Yeah, you got your Dragon Ball Z version of Superman in this one.
Right.
I think that was intentional. Oh, who's gonna win? Goku or Superman? Well, we just make Superman Goku.
Right, just be done with it. Right.
So yeah, I dug on this. This is 4 out of 5. Art's cool.
Because that father box has me curious because, like I said, we've been dealing with this dark side universe.
Yeah, and then
no dark side.
Yeah, and then that shit's coming up. Okay, where is it now? In the back of the book, Superman number 9. This is okay. Let me go to it. There's an ad for so coming out in the fall is the Legion of Darkseid.
Finally, it's about time. Okay.
So that's coming out. It says fall 2025. The biggest battles yet start this fall. So they're leading up to it. Yeah. So
the Legion of Darkseid. So it's like the Legion of Superheroes, but it's like his people doing shit. So yeah. Cool thing.
So yeah,
right.
I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Now the next book that I know is I'm glad you read this, Eli, because if not, I know you're gonna give me an eye roll. But we're going to talk about Marvel Swimsuit Special Friends. Y'all gotta understand, there's a method to our madness. There's a reason we're doing this.
It's for research.
It's for research, right?
For science, yes.
Right. Because I know if anybody said, it's like if you walked into somebody's house and they saw a swimsuit special later on the table, you're gonna have questions. You're gonna be like, okay, do we need to have a conversation? We need to start a dialogue. But no, there's a reason we did this. Or at least, yes, that's why I'm glad Eli did it, so he can get some of the blame.
Yeah, there was a reason why I did it, and then I was like, damn, I gotta read this? I got mad.
You read it for the article.
I got mad because I had to read it. I thought I was just looking at the pictures, but no, they made us read.
Well, that's the thing. I saw a few pictures. I was like, oh, it's actually got a story to it.
Yeah, and then I got mad.
Oh man, sorry. All right, so then let's talk about it. Marvel Swimsuit Special. Oh, boom. Let's talk about it. All right, so the book starts.
So who is that? Is that Black Panther on whose shoulders?
Oh, some white chick. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what white chick this is. I don't know. He's having fun. He's enjoying it. So, all right. So the book starts off with Roxxon starting a swimsuit special with Marvel superhero because Roxxon bought the Marvel license. That's not like in universe canon right there. And the Avengers are pissed off. They're like, because they basically use AI to make it. They're like, how you gonna use AI to make us? And they basically call them a smut, and people are boycotting us to say we doing all this, we shouldn't do that, and so the Avengers got a plan. Like, okay, well if they're gonna do that, we need to hit them back. We need to hit Roxxon back. Because at first they were like, we need to stop Roxxon from doing. How we gonna stop them? And Black Widow like, oh, I got a way to stop them. Like, now put the guns away. We're gonna fight fire with fire. We're gonna make our own swimsuit competition. That way, if we sell the real thing, Roxxon can't make money off their fake thing. And that'll put, that way they can't make money off that. So what we're going to do is we just can't have Avengers. We got to recruit everybody in the Marvel Universe. They start recruiting. They go to the X-Men. And they talk to Rogue and Gambit. They're like, hey, y'all want to join with the rest of the X-Men? Like, oh, yeah. They don't know what they're doing. They're just like, yeah, we'll do anything with y'all. And then Hellcat pulls out a camera. She's like, oh, anything? And then you get the X-Men.
Create content.
Right, content creation. Like, what the hell? Okay, so then we go past that, and then you got the Fantastic Four, and then the Fantastic Four. They want to join in, and they beat up, and Sue Storm like, don't worry, I'll get the other guys, and then they can jump in. So that you got all them in Speedos and shit. And thing is just like, man, why my Speedo keeps getting tighter and tighter every time we do one of these things? And then Spider-Man shows up. He's like, which one should I wear? The web thong or the Venom thong? And then the next page you got, now I might screenshot this. I'm just saying. So yeah, like I said, we were doing research. We got Spider-Man doing his spider senses going off and Black Cat sitting right there. So yeah. All right. So, and then you got Fantastic Vacation. Oh, then you got Wolverine fighting Hit Monkey and the Hand in the Savage Land. And then the Avengers show up trying to recruit them. And then it's just like, man, we're just a bunch of ninjas. I thought it was going to be more exciting than that in the Savage Land. He's like, well, what about ninja dinosaurs? And Iron Man like, okay, well, yeah, that's talking. And he's like, and then you hear a voice in the background, a dinosaur turn around like, whoa, what y'all doing? Y'all can't start a crossover without me. Yeah, I'm the main star. And then who is it? Of course, Deadpool. Deadpool like, y'all know I ain't have a movie. I don't have a movie coming up anytime soon. So how you gonna do a crossover without me? I'm main character energy. And they were like, what the hell? Like, oh, did Wops call, like, did Janet call you for the swimsuit special? They're like, who's Janet? They're like, so why are you dressed like that? Warriors are like, he's been dressed like that for the last 3 weeks. So, and then we move on there, and you got Deadpool with Elsa Bloodstone and Jeff the Shark, of course. So, and then Wolverine wearing, I don't even want to know what Wolverine's wearing.
That made me laugh. That's the Borat thing that
is the Borat thing. Okay.
Wolverine is in the Borat drawers or whatever.
Yeah. And then, okay, that's not suggestive. Okay, all right. So what else we got here? So then you got Cloak and Dagger in New Jersey fighting shit like that. And like, y'all want to join up? I'm like, yeah, we'll join. But you're gonna have a hard time in getting him to join. And who is it? The Punisher, Frank Castle, the OG Punisher. Yeah. And they're like, Punisher, you want to join the swimsuit competition? He's like, I promised I'd never do that again. And then he walks over and MODOK does some bullshit. They fuck MODOK up. And then Punisher pulls out a box like he John Wicks and shit. He's like, but I'll do it for one more time. And he pulls out that skull thong he wore back in the 90s in that swimsuit competition then. And they're like, I'm like, this gonna give me nightmares, isn't it? They're like, yeah. And then you got Cloak with his white woman.
That's a cool.
Yeah. It is.
Swimsuit
cool.
aside, that's a cool image. You know.
It is almost like a perfume commercial, like Doom. That's what it looks like. So, yeah.
A perfume commercial.
Of course, Nam gonna be there. Gamora and Rocket Raccoon. So yeah, like that. Venom. Okay, Venom. Yeah, all right. Captain Marvel. Okay, she shows up. No, I passed that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now we're talking. Oh, let's get back to the story. Okay.
Damn it.
All right. Yeah. Back to the story. So they're like, yeah, we finally finished the swimsuit competition. We finally finished the swimsuit issue. Yeah. Beat that Roxanne. And then so they go on the news thinking it's gonna get more information than Roxanne, and then they're talking about how Spider-Man's shit and all stuff like that. And they just like, well, what did it saying on the internet? We got one dude on the internet complaining like, why would anybody read a swimsuit competition? We have the internet. And then you just hear the watchers looking like, what the fuck are they doing? Then so yeah. Oh man. So that's why I read it, because that's like, this is some wacky shit, man. We're reading right here.
Yeah.
Because they weren't trying to be ultra serious like they like. Okay, so when they did this in the 90s, they were being dead serious with it. Let me see if I can throw that up there. Like that.
Yeah.
You will be shocked how many issues, or you might not be shocked how many issues that sold. Or like Storm in Wakanda in a bikini. Like that shit sold like crazy. They made 5 of those things back in the 90s. But now you got to realize that it's an older audience. You can't take this shit seriously. So yeah. What do we got here? See Henry Cavill Superman versus Darkseid, but we'll never get to see that. Yeah, shocking to happen. Vaughn 4L, where you been, man?
Holy crap! Yeah, what up, man?
Yeah. Speaking of the devil, yep. Let's see, who is this? Nico Bellic here, and Henry Cavill Superman versus Darkseid. Never get that. Well, you get the new guy versus Darkseid, or Metron.
Man, fucking Snyder's Darkseid would have looked like Megatron or some shit.
Right. Like I said, we already know where they was going to go. Superman was going to be evil. He was going to take over the world. We already know where it was going. And that's the thing about it, Eli. That's why I'm excited that we are post-evil Superman era.
Yeah.
That is no longer a thing. That is in the past now.
Yeah.
I know y'all enjoy Omni-Man and Homelander and Evil Superman and all these motherfuckers like that.
Injustice
Boys is over with. Injustice. Like that's in the past now. We have corny, goofy, Forrest Gump Superman back. So that's what you need. All right. So
maybe old fashioned is what we need right now. Remember in the first Avengers movie?
That's what they said. Yeah.
Cap,
and you know what? The guy that plays Superman gave the best excuse. He's like, why does Superman wear his underwear on the outside of his pants? Like, don't they look goofy? He's like, yes, that's the point.
Oh,
you have this all-powerful he had this all-powerful demigod. Superman wants people to approach him. Like, or even make fun of him if you want to. It makes him relatable.
I thought because he was a wrestling fan.
Well, because he's a circus strong man in the 30s. Yeah, that too. But yeah. So, but yeah, that's the excuse he had. I like that was a pretty good excuse, So yeah. All right. So what you got next?
I'll do this. Predator, Red, White, and Blood. Is that what it's? No, Black, White, and Blood.
Black, White, and Blood. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope I spelled that right. Okay.
Yeah. So this is just we've seen these. The Marvel does these off-color, Marvel books, of characters, Darth Vader, black, white, and red, and
I think they did it. I think DC did one with Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and they did this with with Predator. It's just black and white, but then the only color is red. Oh, and then the green blood. So the green Predator,
red, white, and green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because because Predator's blood is green.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 3 stories. It's an anthology. And they're all pretty cool. The first one is about like this family, this woman whose parents they go to Australia back in the 1800s during the gold rush, and then she's forced to work in a brothel because her parents owed money or whatever, and then while she's in the brothel, one of the entertainment is they have captured a predator, and they make him fight in a fight against like wild dogs and shit.
Okay.
And the predator's missing an arm, and that's it. It says to be continued, so it's obviously an ongoing story. The second story is kind of like a take like Predator with King Arthur or Arthurian legends, where he kind of takes on Merlin, and the Knights of the Round Table. We get to see that. We get to see Merlin doing some magic and blinding the Predator, and taking it and cutting the Predator's head off. We see the Predator fuck up a bunch of knights too, but at the end, Merlin does some tricks and magic shit and blinds the Predator and distracts him long enough so he can cut his head off. And that was that story. And then I believe he takes his mask. He takes the Predator's mask and melts the metal down, and creates the sword in the stone.
Okay, so he influencing Arthurian legend.
Mm-hmm. So
okay,
that was just a one-shot story. That was pretty cool. But this last one was, I actually screenshot a panel and uploaded because I thought it was really cool. So the Predator crashes like a gun show, like an NRA convention. And it's just the Predator talking about how this place is full of weapons. It's full of like people, bloodthirsty, people wanting violence, and and then he just goes in and starts killing everybody. And he's just, while he's killing everybody, he's talking about how everyone's scared, everyone's freaking out, everyone doesn't want to fight, they're all fleeing, they're all a bunch of cowards. He's like, damn, there's not a worthy kill in this whole fucking place. And he just kills everybody with ease. Everyone's like, what the hell? This place is full of weapons. It's full of like war, yet no warriors. A crowd desperate for blood, yet afraid to bleed. A field of kills, yet not a single trophy. And that's where it ends. So I thought that was great. And that was just a one shot. A place of no honor. That's what that story was called. So yeah, a lot of just fun. These are the best Predator stories.
Think about the swimsuit
issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Predator swimsuit issue. Yeah. In fact, that's what all those simps wanted to see in the trailer when they saw that female Predator. Where's her tits? This is gonna suck. The Predator's got no ass.
That's the world we live
Yeah.
in now.
Fuck this woke shit. But yeah, this is cool. The best Predator stories are just these one-off, stories where they go to different times and fight different enemies and warriors throughout history. And that's what this is. That's what the best Dark Horse stories were. That's what the, Killer of Killers was about, That's why that movie's awesome. So yeah, this was 4 out of 5. I really dug this. I might get the second issue because I'm really interested in that Australian story. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
Nice. Ooh, okay. Oh, I'm throwing back to you. That's all I read.
Oh, well, I'm done. The other I read that Spider-Man Incursion, and I don't know what's going on, man. I don't read any. The only Ultimate book that I'm reading is Ultimate Spider-Man.
Didn't they go to Wakanda?
They went, because Miles' little sister, the baby, went through a portal, ended up in Wakanda.
Yeah.
And so like T'Challa and everybody's they're doing research on her, and they believe she holds some sort of key or power to whatever the Maker's doing. And then we have Miles teamed up with Ant-Man and Wasp, who
but they're evil in this universe.
Are they? I don't know. I don't know. But this issue is narrated by Hank.
Okay.
And we get a bunch of his flashbacks and shit. I guess he had amnesia or some shit. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not reading the Ultimates or Ultimate Black Panther or Ultimate X-Men. The only one I'm reading is Ultimate Spider-Man. So I don't really know what's happening. And it feels like this book is sort of setting up something, that I should have been reading.
Yeah, I mean, cause it's like the issue before that one. They said that Wasp is a Nick Fury spy or some shit.
Yeah, I think that's what's going. Yeah, it's working for the Hand or something. And there was one of the Wakandan maidens or whatever, or like mothers that was like taking care of the baby. It was a Hand spy, and she tries to escape. So yeah, so basically they go into Wakanda. They sneak their way into Wakanda. I don't know how, but and they try to get, Miles is trying to get his little sister back, and then they escape. So there's a fight between, the Dora Milaje and Miles. Miles has an electric sword. I thought was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's been
I did not know. So that's the thing is like I've been waiting for Miles because remember when we read, what was that first book where the Maker escaped? That one a couple years ago.
Ultimate something.
Yeah. And then he went to Miles first. Remember? Mm-hmm. He took the spider away from Peter and all that shit. But then he went to Miles, and I thought this was going to be a Miles book. Like it was like the Miles and the Maker, But we never saw Miles again. So that's why I was like eager to read this one. Oh, what's Miles been doing? So, but he's hardly in this issue. But he has a lightning sword, like a sword made out of electricity, like a lightsaber, I guess. Yeah.
Miles has a lot of power. He's an anime character.
Yeah. So. And he's an anime fan. He's talking about how like there's no Crunchyroll in this universe and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. This is hell.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, so yeah, they're trying to fight to get the little sister back, the little baby back. But that ninja spy took her and trying to escape. But then this version, the Ultimate Silver Samurai, shows up and like takes the baby. And I guess he's in league with somebody he's in league with what's his face's dad, Berto's dad.
I can't remember his name, but
Sunspot.
Yeah, he's like doing
Sunspot's dad.
Sunspot's dad, yeah. And he's doing fucked up shit.
Yeah, he's working. So the Silver Samurai is working for Alberto's dad. And I'm like, what? So yeah, I don't know. This is like, holy shit! Now the Silver Samurai's here in Wakanda. So yeah, this was kind of all over the place, and I don't know what was going on. So I feel like I should have been reading other stuff to know what was happening in this one. So yeah,
it doesn't matter. A few more issues are gonna be done. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll give this a 3. Like I wanted more Miles, but yeah.
That's why kind of wrapping this up because that's 24 issues. The Ultimate Universe done. So yeah,
and that's it. The only other book I read was the fucking swimsuit issue. I had to read that. So yeah,
You actually had to read.
yeah,
not,
that gets a 2 out of 5 for me because not
right.
only did I have to
Making
read
me
it,
read.
yeah, I had to read the swimsuit issue, but Frank Cho didn't have any art in this.
Did he say he was going
No,
to?
I'm just saying he should have.
Right, but he should have. Right, he just does the shit in spare
He
time
should have
anyway.
drew the
Just
whole
call him
book,
up.
man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh,
but I'm booked out.
okay. Von for L. Have we read Ministry of Compliance by John Ridley? Honestly, after that Black Panther run, John Ridley kind of pissed me off. It may be that run may be good, but I mean, new book, but I don't know. That's the thing.
John Ridley.
I didn't know John Ridley created Undercover Brother.
Did he?
Yes, I'm talking about like the original. Like it was a web series. It was a web series.
Oh, before the movie.
He created that and then adapted it. And I think he wrote the movie.
I did not know that.
I think I go back and check that. But yeah, but he originally created the concept of Undercover Brother. So yeah, it was a whole thing. Conspiracy Brother, all that shit was in there. So yeah. All right, so we ready to do the thing now?
The thing. Oh,
The thing.
yeah.
The thing.
Yeah. Let me go grab it.
Okay, all right. Well, he's go not the swimsuit issue. We're celebrating episode 400. It's our 400th episode.
Wow.
We hit a milestone.
I lose count. Shout out to my boss for keeping count.
Keeping count. Now, I'm not saying I planned it this way on Superman Day.
Wow.
But,
wow.
Yeah, but it just happened to work that way. I think
it would have been cooler if it was 500, but
right. We'll see Superman 2. Maybe they'll do it. So yeah. Oh, make this portfolio miss here, buddy. You guys back after the.
You see?
Oh shit! Yeah, a lot of people kind of fell back after that Black Panther run. It left bad taste in my mouth. Although I did like his DC history of. He wrote a bunch of those books also. They're pretty good. I did like those.
Was he writing the Duke Batman book?
Yeah. No, not the Duke Batman book. That other Batman.
The other Batman. Okay.
That guy.
Okay. The guy. Yeah. Lucius's son or whatever.
Yeah. Trace.
Something.
Chase,
yeah.
Something. Yeah. All right. Not Lucius.
Not Lucius.
So, yeah. So appreciate everybody joining in for our 400 episode. So like I said, my boss, as he always does, whenever we hit a milestone, got us some goodies, got us some swag.
I was wondering why am I getting a pack? Like, is it somebody's birthday? Is it Leroy's birthday? But why is he sending me something? So I had no idea why. And sorry, I'm gonna say sorry, my boss. I opened the package because I was waiting on a package, and I thought it was a plumbing part. So I could fix my fucking shower. So I saw, my part's here, and I opened it up, and all of a sudden I see my name on everything. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are they naming all my and then shit, this is like swag and shit. And then I saw the address. Yeah. Oh, my boss sent me another connector. So yeah, thank you.
This shit gonna break my scissors, man. I'm trying to open it up. I should have at least got it started before we started.
Yeah, mine's already open.
Okay, give me a second. I'm trying over here.
Yeah, I got
these scissors have seen better days. Let's see.
I got the envelope. I got another envelope.
All right, let's see.
And yeah, my boss always said, he's one of our number one fan, I guess.
Yeah, sends us information about every episode. If you like it, cool. If he don't like it, he'll let us know. Yeah. Either way, he contacts us after every episode.
Leroy, your voice was low and sounded like shit. So you get a different mic or whatever.
You're missing an episode. This last week's episode, like, oh shit.
So shout out to my boss.
Yeah. And like I said, my boss, he hits every week, but there's other people that hit us up every week also. Let us know this, that, hit us up showing love. Y'all showing us love right here. What's this? We got a new guy right here. Eli, I'm still not in the box yet. I was disappointed by how Superman got beaten up. He was too weak. I mean, like I said, some people are going to walk away from it. They want their Superman to be this all-powerful demigod. They don't like to see Superman bleed. I know that is a thing. People didn't like it in the comics when they did it post-crisis. They were like, damn, he's like a Marvel character now. Like, but it is what it is,
Yeah. Yeah, he's died in the comics.
and plus, you got to think about this. He has to build up from something. Because in the comics, he was getting his ass whooped like that also. And then the more the comics went on, post-crisis, he got stronger and stronger. This may happen the same way.
And like I said,
he may get stronger as it goes on.
I said, Superman 2 was my favorite Superman movie back as a kid because of General Zod and Ursa and Nan. Like, it was like, oh wow, Superman's getting his ass whipped. That was interesting to me.
Yeah. So.
You
but you can you show what you got?
I got the letter. I was going to read the letter first. You getting that box yet?
Okay. I'm still in there. It's so much tape on this thing.
But right away, I got a fucking Hot Wheels land speeder, Star Wars land speeder, right on the top. It's pretty cool. Oh, should I turn on my camera so y'all can see?
Could be. Yeah, we can see.
I'll stop hiding like a fucking bitch. Don't look at my hair. I got to fix my hair. So I got this. I got this Hot Wheels land speeder. That's pretty cool. And I had a land speeder as a kid. Well, I was a Star Wars kid. Yeah, I'm an OG Star Wars baby. So I had all these toys, but I had a land speeder. I had one of these, and then I left it in the driveway, and it got ran over.
Oh, damn. That sounds traumatic.
I probably did cry. I was like 5 years old. So yeah.
My about giving you all kind of bad memories and shit.
Yeah, one of my many. One time I dropped here's another story. I got an X-wing fighter for my birthday, which I love. That was like one of my favorite toys. And then, but back then the figures weren't sold separately. I mean, they were sold separately. You had to actually buy a figure to go with your vehicle. So I got the X-wing fighter for my birthday, and then I don't know, a week later, I got the Luke as the pilot figure to go in my X-wing. And we're coming back, and I was in New York. I was on the subway, and then I dropped it, and it went in between, down into the platform. So, and then I cried. You in?
I'm in.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I got the letter open. You want to read your letter? You got a letter?
Letter. Oh, got it. Okay. In red.
Yeah.
Is okay. All right. Let's see.
So I'm opening mine.
All right. Let's see. Action Comics. Congratulations on episode 400. On behalf of myself and comic book bullies everywhere, we say thank you to your content, consistency, depth of conversation, and education. Please enjoy these gifts as much as we enjoy the gift you guys. Stay forever black. The Mob Boss.
Right. Mine pretty much says the same thing as yours does. Mm-hmm. But I got a Star Wars comic on my letter.
What is it? Oh, is that the Marvel Star Wars?
Marvel #1, yeah. Star Wars #1. Mm-hmm. So my boss knows.
Did it say who wrote that on there? Did it say who wrote it on there? Because I think Jim Shooter wrote that.
It might have been him. So it says Marvel's epic official adaptation of the film by George Lucas. Yes.
Okay. Either way, I know George Lucas did a deal to get them over there.
Yeah.
So that was like.
Yeah, Eli, congratulations on an episode issue 400. On behalf of myself and comic book bullies everywhere, we say thank you so much for your content, consistencies, depth of conversation, education. Please enjoy these gifts. Pretty much, as much as we enjoy the gift you always got of you guys. Stay forever red. Mob Boss, the Mob Boss. Yeah, shout out to Mob Boss. Word up. All right, I got this comic book. Oh, what the fuck? Is he giving me a rip?
You got the jacket?
What'd you get? I thought it was something with baseball. I thought I saw Reggie Jackson. Did he send me a Reggie Jackson card?
What do we got? Oh,
wow!
Anniversary 400.
I got that too with the silver cover.
Damn! Oh, I ain't get the silver cover, but yeah, shit.
Yeah, mine's here. I'll get it in the light.
Damn!
Hey,
shout out to my boss.
You see that?
400. Yeah.
Oh, you got Superman. I got Fantastic Four.
What you get?
Fantastic Four 400.
Get hit 400
with the silver cover.
Damn. Okay.
That's pretty dope. Sweet, man.
Let's see. So may come again in red. I didn't even read this one, so
yeah, that's dope.
What else we got?
It's this big package.
The green car on Action Comics #1.
Oh,
the one where you smash it.
Okay, yeah. Damn,
this is a classic. Yeah.
Damn, I should have got a scissors to get this thing.
I don't know what's in this one. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get scissors to grab this.
San Francisco candies. So we'll go taste what San Francisco tastes like. So
Oh, am I right? I put
yeah,
you
we
right.
got stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna read this. And Superman 400. Yeah, definitely gonna read that. How the hell you get his hands on this? That's what I want to know. Let's see. Man. All right. What you get now?
I got,
I got
I got this. I'm opening that package. So here,
okay.
back over here. Watch out, dog. Yeah, it's a shirt. It looks like a shirt or something, or a blanket or something. Oh, something fell out.
Oh, let me see.
This is.
Colorful.
Oh, it's a baseball shirt. It says.
Yeah. Those saying he got me one too. I got Leroy on mine.
And I got it. It looks like a Chicago Bulls on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like Michael Jordan. Okay.
And it says Eli on it. Oh shit, that's hilarious. So it looks like we're gonna have to start a team or something.
Right. We're gonna recruit some more people on this. Okay. Oh man, shout out to my boss. I knew it when he hit me up a few weeks ago. He was keeping up with which episode was gonna be on that. So
Oh, what's this? And then there's some letter. There's a letter. No, what is that? Oh, it says designed by Mob Boss, embroidered by Chris Mossmer, United Events. Some Easter eggs for you. Stitching is closed. 3.5. Oh, it's just the specs on the jacket. The popular scale for figures for those like Star Wars. From Star Wars. Leroy. Comic bullies outlined in red. It's typical of OG Superman. Okay, see outline. Okay, the blue represents the blue represents galaxy, and finally the bull represents comic book bully.
bullies, right?
Get it now. Hello,
Bulls,
McFly.
right.
Stay red, stay black. The Mob Boss. Yeah, fuck yeah, Mob Boss. The big horns up. Yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
Shout out to the mob.
Oh, then I got this little box. I got this too.
Yeah, San Francisco candies.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, that's what I got.
From the Mob Boss. Yeah, it looks like a candy something. Is that what it is? Yeah, San Francisco candy. Yeah. Sweet. Sweet, man. Yeah.
Man, today always showing us love, my boss. We appreciate you.
Much love to you, man.
And appreciate everybody. If you, like I said, 30 seconds, if you listen to 30 seconds, we appreciate you. You have boosted us in the algorithm.
Yeah.
So if you came in and say super shit, whatever, doesn't matter. It all counts.
Shout out to Jake. He's here all the time too.
Shout out to Jake too. Jake, whenever you jump in, you boost our algorithm. I don't know what you do, but you like a good luck charm. This little box say with Darth Vader.
What does that say?
Say who Darth Vader. Oh, was he here doing does the little box say who Darth Vader is? Was he here doing the Andor episode? He sounded like he was here doing the Andor episode. Because we didn't know who Darth Vader was.
Oh, is he reading the thing where we're not allowed to talk about Star Wars?
Oh, he might be doing that. So yeah.
Yeah, good.
That's never gonna
yeah, good one. No. We haven't heard that before. No.
Yep. No, he was here doing the Andor episode. We didn't know who Darth Vader was.
And I said it was Jason Todd or something. Now I remember.
Right. Shout out to you. Thanks for listening. All right. Anything else we got? Or?
No, I'm booked out, man. I'm booked out.
Like y'all, we have gave y'all a show. So shit. Let's be with that. We told you what we think about Superman. Educate you on Superman. Honestly, Eli, I could have gone deeper.
I figured. I thought I was like, dude. You've been waiting for this. Like I said, this is like when do you get to talk about when has Superman been a movie? Like in the 10 years that we've been doing this, we've never had a straight up Superman movie.
Just Superman. Like we talk about Just League and all this other stuff, but no, just Superman.
Every C-list Marvel characters movie we talked about.
Right. Talk about Sleepwalker and shit for the hour, but no, I want to talk about Superman. Let's go about that. So yeah. All right. So like I said, we did it. Could go deeper. I may go deeper next week. I don't know. We'll see. That's what I just felt like doing at the time. Like I said, we're gonna come back next week. We'll have something else. We'll see what's going on. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And happy 400 episode to everybody. So, let's go ahead and cut this thing up.